Should I confess to my crush?
Go for it, bro.
Nah, it depends.
Nah, it
Really?
depends. It depends, bro. It
Just-
depends.
Bro, you got to know when you're the one being crazy.
Have you ever confessed to your crush before?
My first girlfriend, yes, I did.
So she became your girlfriend.
She became my
So
girlfriend.
that was the only time you confessed.
Well, yeah, because Aki confessed to me.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Jerry, as someone who's speaking from a perspective of I've confessed and it went badly.
Yeah,
I
I've
can tell you
confessed.
it's not, always the
Really?
right it's not always the right thing to do.
In fact, if you're thinking, most of the time that I know, if you're thinking about confessing, that just means you have no chance.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah,
It works for me.
Well, good for you, Joey. Mr. Survivorship
If I was
bias.
Joey Bissinger the fifth, perhaps I'd have an easier time.
I'm the sixth, excuse you.
Oh my god!
Get my fucking prefixes right, goddammit.
No, I remember the first time I fucking confessed.
Don't fucking confess.
Yeah. It was in year 8. I was in year 8, and I had it was like the first. This is like the most teenage story that you could ever think of. It was like the first girl that ever really held a conversation with me.
Sure.
And I was instantly like, wow, I like this person.
I love her.
I can't imagine my life without her.
That's such a year 8 mentality.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh my god, this girl talked back to me. She is the one.
She's in love with me.
She is the one. And I remember, oh my god, I think back, and this is so fucking cringy. Like I think back, and every time she was walking to school, I would like fucking run up next to her and just like talk to her because she was like the only girl I knew how to talk to talk with.
That's so cute.
And like every day I would be like, I would talk to her as much as possible. And then her friend was like, oh, do you like her? And I was just like, no. How do I process this? How do I process this as a little year 8 kid? I think I do. I don't know. What does liking a person mean?
And what do they say?
And then she's like, before I could say like, yes, I like her, the girl goes, don't worry, I'll handle it for you. And then I will never forget this moment for the rest of my life because it was like lunch. It was like lunchtime, and me and this girl, her friend, were sitting on like the opposite side. We were like standing on the opposite side of the cafeteria. She goes up to the girl, and then says something, and then the girl just goes. And I just this is like a core memory for me.
Oh god.
That's so
And
painful.
I will never forget that for the rest of my life because I think that scarred me for a while. I didn't talk to like that. That was like when I stopped talking to like any girl for like ages. And then she comes back to me and she says, yeah, she'd rather just be friends. And
Damn.
yeah,
So that didn't end well.
that didn't end well.
I confessed to a girl on MSN one time when I was like 13.
How did that go for you?
Well, the worst you could say is no, right?
Yeah.
Well, the worst you could do is tell everyone in the fucking school.
Oh no!
Probably contributed to why I got bullied.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got made fun of for a while. I was like, hey, you're cute. We should.
How old were you? 13, you
Like
said?
13 or
Yeah,
14.
yeah, dude.
Which is like
Yeah.
peak worst age for this to happen.
Yeah.
Because everyone's fucking brutal about it. And it's like the hottest news on the street. They're fucking printing it on
I
presses.
think you being in like middle school or high school might be the worst time to confess to anyone because like if you confess to someone as an adult, everyone is like sympathetic enough to you where you're just like, hey man, it's all good.
No, I disagree.
Next
I
time.
disagree.
No.
But kids are fucking ruthless.
I was forged in iron because of that. No rejection ever in my life could compare to that.
Right.
Because what if I confess to someone else? I'm not going to be made like the village idiot for the next week.
Right.
So I feel like that was a great learning experience.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. As an adult, I think it's a little bit easier. Like if you confess to someone now, right?
Yeah,
you
but
won't be like the clown of the town because you confess to
But
someone.
I think it made me more like, I felt like less embarrassed when I do tell someone, hey, you want to go out on a date or something?
Right.
Yeah.
When I was an adult, because I'm like, can't be worse than whatever fucking happened to me when I was 13. And we made fun of by the entire fucking village.
So you guys are both in the camp of you shouldn't confess.
No,
if
because-
that's the case, then what should someone do about it?
Die. Kill yourself. No,
Get over it, motherfucker.
So if they like someone, right, and
Yeah.
but they don't know how to express their emotions to
Listen,
someone,
if you're under
what
18,
should they do?
if you're under 18, yeah, confess. Fuck it, find out.
Right.
It'll be a learning experience. If you're an adult and you're like over the age of 20 and you want to confess to someone,
You've probably
you've probably misread the room.
The best thing I could, the best advice I can give is probably just stop contacting that person. Just like completely cut yourself out for a while, because there is no way that if she doesn't see you as a romantic partner, and you confess, there is no way confessing is going to change her mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of the time, if you're like over the age of fucking 16 or shit, you kind of get a feeling if someone likes you.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
But there are people who are completely unaware. Like Joey.
Yeah.
Joey.
You can't tell.
I
But
can't
I think
tell.
that, you'd pick it up.
I fucking didn't.
Well, you also, you got in, you were like, first girlfriend? All right, how about life together? so, I mean,
Yeah.
you need to learn.
No, not really.
Yeah.
But I was so fucking unaware during school of like girls who liked me.
Well, I was unaware because no girls did like me.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is we're in the complete
We are
opposite
not the
camp,
same, Joey.
Joey!
I'm sorry.
There were no girls that liked me.
Yeah.
I had girls.
It was me liking the girls,
Actually,
Joey.
another terrible experience. I had somehow, by some insane miracle, and this is like I managed to, a girl in the year above had kind of liked me.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is like, this is unheard of in our school. This doesn't happen. An older girl who likes a younger, and this is
This how it started.
This
This how it started.
This probably started it all. And we were like in a relationship, and I felt like the hot as shit because I had an older girlfriend in
Yeah.
school. I was like, yeah, guys.
And this is where the MILF journey started.
And then like a week later, she was too embarrassed. She broke up with me.
Oh, damn.
So then I was like, I did not have a good run with relationships in school. I was getting destroyed left, right, and center. But that made it easier when I was an adult because I was like, you can't hurt me.
Right.
I've been through social pariah stages. I know what this feels like.
I've been through public execution.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone through the whole shame.
Yeah.
So-
Have you ever had like an awful like first date with a girl back when you were in school or some shit?
I never went on dates. Did you ever go on dates? I couldn't.
Well,
afford to
because
go
if
on a
you
date.
see them at school every
Yeah.
day, you don't really need to.
I couldn't afford to go on a date.
I don't know, in like sixth form college.
When I was 16, I went to go and watch the last Twilight movie with a girl, and I hadn't watched any of the Twilight movies. But I was like, well, that's what guys got to do. They got to watch Twilight. And then,
Is that what you did?
yeah, I watched because she wanted to watch Twilight, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to go because I like her.
You got to
Yeah.
walk the path of the thorns to get to the roses, you know?
And I did not enjoy Twilight, and didn't really
What a
read so
shocker.
much. So I was kind of like, well, that was a waste of time. But it's a good learning lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I remember taking a girl to the cinema as well. I forgot what film I watched though. I think it was like, I made the fucking worst decision of all time. I think it was, I knew it was a film that was not suitable for first date, but this was like my very, very first date I've ever been on. I was like a teenager, and it was like something like Borat or the In-Betweeners movie that we like that kind of level.
Hey, babe. I have the perfect movie to get us in the mood. Hello, my name.
All I remember thinking, I don't remember the film. All I remember thinking was there was like a dick in this movie, right? There was a full-on dick in this movie. So it was either Borat, Bruno, or the In-Betweeners movie. So one of those fucking movies. And I remember, like, I was having a great time, by the way. I was having a great time. This was fucking bants. But I remember going out afterwards. And then,
She was like, not amused.
and then I was like, oh, do you want to go out for dinner afterwards? And she's like, no, I'm actually going to call my dad now to pick me up. And I was like,
Damn.
okay.
You didn't like the cock on the big screen?
No.
babe?
I'm never going to forgive Borat. One time, like 5 years ago, I wanted to watch Borat because I was just like, I just want to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was available on YouTube to rent.
Right.
And I didn't want to pirate it because I was just lazy. I was
Yeah.
like, just take my $2 and let me
Yeah.
rent it. And I opened it up. It was in like 480p. And I couldn't put that any higher. And ever since I've been pissed off at Borat at the movie. Because why the fuck would I paid money? I couldn't watch this thing in higher than 480p.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I was like,
Even like DVD rips are better quality.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
But I remember my friend, when we were my best mate, we were like 14. And I guess for like, when did Bruno come out? for Christmas or something, his mum bought him Bruno.
Right.
She didn't know what it was.
How old were you guys?
I think you were like 14 or 15.
Oh God.
And
2009.
how old was I in 2009? I was 13. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God,
I think I was like 13.
Yeah.
And he bought it, and I went to go watch it at his house because I wanted to watch it because it was all like everyone was talking about it at school because they were like, "Oh, it's so bad." So I went to go watch it, and his dad walked in and just sat down halfway through and was watching it. And it was so awkward to be sitting there as a 13-year-old with your other 13-year-old best friend and his dad. And he was like kind of laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
But you were like, this is weird, right? The guy keeps talking about like dicks and stuff. And you're like, I don't know if I.
Is there a whole scene where he does like the meat spin?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, my parents would fucking kill me if they knew I was watching this. But it was very funny.
God damn.
A core memory that I'll never forget.